Coping in a healthy way that is also productive. Kind of taking this destructive event that happened and turning it into something nice.
The way I would move my hips when I walk, the way I step, the way I angled my wrists when I talk, the pitch of my voice, to not give away any hints that I might be gay. But when I get in drag, I totally embrace all of that and I get validated for it.
It's very important to me to be able to work with my hands and use these materials in this way. Like it's like you're putting a little bit of your soul into every line you carve and every stitch you make.
By depicting something in painting, we inherently ask for it to be interrogated a little bit more.
Being a drag queen means I am a female impersonator by profession of entertainment. So I style wigs, I do my own makeup, I create costumes and put together the padding and the body to all give the illusion of being a woman. Drag is for everyone, but with the understanding that it comes from a very queer background and history. Queer people birthed it and they've raised it to become this beautiful and almost mainstream thing. And I think that needs to be acknowledged when anybody is doing it, because queer people have been assaulted and murdered for doing drag. And so I think that acknowledgement is just a form of respect. For many people doing drag, identity has always been an enigmatic thing. So when you get to do drag and establish and create your own identity in that narrative, that becomes very self-empowering.
You have to think about the physical space that digital art is going to be viewed in. So even if I make a hyperlink website, I still have to think about where people are going to see it. It's on their laptops, it's in their homes, it's in domestic spaces, it's at work. And so you have to kind of bring all those different things in. I try to work with the ideas of childhood trauma and child abuse. And as an adult survivor of that, kind of finally having a space to look at it and contextualize it and deal with it and kind of see how it manifests in ways that I don't even notice in my day-to-day life. So a lot of my work is about this idea of creating a community of you're not alone out there. There are ways that you can cope with this sort of thing. The way you're dealing with it isn't incorrect, and it's okay to feel terrible about it even if it happened a long time ago.
I think there's value in painting something, and there's something inherently different about painting something versus photographing it. There's something significant in giving the time it takes to make a painting to making a painting about a certain place. What does it say to take the time to really give the hours that it requires to paint a certain place, an object? And I'm really interested in landscape, vegetation, objects and moments that we associate with a specific American iconography. So cornfields, football fields, sort of sports, agriculture, small towns, water towers. These are sort of places that I observe a lot in my life, and then I'm interested in how we sort of build mythologies around these spaces.
I do printmaking and fiber art. It's something that is worldwide and so unique, and you can trace it so far back. But what I tried to do with each field that I work in, I try to make them so uniquely different, and in a way try to, a good word is sacrilege, try to kill the sacredness of those processes and techniques. In this current body of work that I'm producing here, I'm taking the time to kind of dissect family history and tradition, to retrace my steps through time. I have a very complicated family life. My dad and mom divorced at a young age. My dad married a woman who abused me and him for 14 years. So I'm kind of dissecting these situations and changing them, and then a lot of times, like, I assign symbols and things like that to them, and then just use the processes to get it out there. Again, put like a little piece of me, a little piece of my past into the work, while still, you know, making something pretty or making something that relates back to these subjects.